Professor Michael Simpson has been Health 24's cyber shrink for about the past 15 years. He's joining me in studio today to tell me about being a psychiatrist online. Hello.
Hello.
Now you have a very interesting job, don't you?
That's one of the reasons why I'm still doing it. It's fascinating because on the one hand you're making a very close contact with people who are a long way away. And yet they can be completely anonymous and completely protected, so they can be frank, and so can I, and that makes it very intriguing.
Talk me through a regular interaction you might have with someone.
The basic format is someone posts a question online, which may be absolutely anything, within the Health 24 forum, and then I respond to it. But what is, I think, also nice is it's open to other regular forum members to come in and comment as well. So often it's convincing to someone that ordinary people not only come up with new ideas to help sort out a problem, but it also is convincing that other people agree with the approach that's suggested, or other ways of dealing with the issues they run into.
What are some of the most common questions South Africans are asking you?
The commonest question I get is, am I being unreasonable? They tell you a story of what's been happening and say, am I being unreasonable? And in my experience, unreasonable people never ask that question. It's a dead giveaway. Every time somebody asks that, they're actually people who've put up with a heck of a lot for a long time, and they're just at the point of saying, I can't take this any longer, it's got to change. And they say, but they're still seeing that it's their fault that their husband drinks all day or throws things at the children, as if they were in complete control of the whole world and everything is their fault. And if you can even start breaking that habit of thinking, which is one of the very important things that shrinks have to do, is to help people see that the way they look at, the way they perceive and understand their problem may not be accurate and is usually not being helpful, or it would have already worked.
What are some common areas you think we should be looking at?
There are two massive areas of prejudice, and well, South Africa is good at prejudice, let's face it, it's a national skill. We have, if it was in the Olympics, we could probably get gold or at least silver. But mental health, we are prejudiced against. In medical aids, it's, I think, disgraceful that if you have a mental illness, you may have the same symptoms, the same actual illness, but if it's seen as a mental illness, you've got 20 days of therapy, and other than that, best of luck. Or if it's a physical illness, then they can treat you for months and months. There's no limit. Why are we saying this type of illness we will support and assist, that one not much? In terms of government policy, I remember having contributed to the formation of the ANC health policy. There was always the underpinning that it was going to be treating all forms of illness equally. But yes, it may be very hard to get treated for very simple physical illnesses, but for mental illnesses in large areas of the country, there's nothing. Or you join a queue that lasts for months and months. So across the board, we discriminate against people with any form of mental illness